Alright, welcome back everybody to another day of Hjalti's adventures. Got a lot of traveling on the agenda for today. But first, I think I have one last little adventure to take care of in town here. If I can lose this pesky witness, that is. You see, the other day while I was buying things from Belethor, out of the corner of my eye I think I noticed an important little treasure in his shop that I'm going to go there and retrieve, because he wouldn't sell it to me. And this might help. He's noticed the pattern that nobody will sell him this stuff. So, I hope I'm not mistaken, didn't missee this, but sure enough, it's a real Idar cheese wheel, not one of those sliced imposters. So, off I go then, out the back door. Not that anybody thinks anything suspicious about coming out the front door of a locked house, mind you. That's no problem. The crime system in this game is problematic, although I will say it is far, far better than Oblivion, Morrowind, and so forth. Psychic guards has mostly been fixed. The system where, like, one kingdom doesn't care if the other committed crimes, the other one also works pretty well, although it feels a little bit exaggerated at some points when you're like a serial killer in one city nobody minds and the other one right next door. Oh well. Let's see if the Khajiit's still around here. Looks like I'm in luck. Let me make sure my amulet is equipped. What have you got for me?
Take a look.
Not really useful. Oh, wait. No, not useful. No, nothing good there. Well, alright. Happy to take the moon sugar. I don't really have a ton of stuff to sell now, so I may as well just offload this stuff while I'm here. Let's see. Most useful stuff. I don't have that many sellable things. Did a pretty good job of offloading this before.
May your road lead you to warm sands.
Alright. Always keep an eye out when traveling at night. You never know where there could be vampires. This fellow there will automatically take you to any kind of a city in Skyrim that you want to. No, if you don't feel like discovering it for the first time yourself. Which is against what I'm trying to do in this Let's Play, but I can certainly understand the wanting to save yourself time sometimes. So, I think I'm away from the witnesses. I can now start transmuting here. Wouldn't want anybody to catch on to what I'm doing. This building here that I passed a few times is the Hunting Brew Meadery, where the Hunting Brew mead that I always carry around to give to those revelers comes from. You come across it in the Thieves Guild quest, but it's not really important for anything else.
Need supplies? See Belethor at his store. It's easy, but he has good stuff.
One more guard. I imagine there's always guards here just to make the Thieves Guild quest a little bit more difficult, but they don't really impact that in any way, shape, or form. There could be random encounters up here, but I've never really encountered the dangerous one, so not too concerned going in. Definitely a good supplemental way to train your alteration, which is a hard skill to raise until you get to the Tech Lifetime, which is why, of course, I prioritize going to that one fort where you can pick it up. Well, my goal this time is to first of all take care of Riverwood, get the main quest moving again, head up and visit the Greybeards and take care of business in Ivarstead, then be all ready to head out toward Riften, where I'll have a whole bunch of things to do next episode. Things should be hectic for a while after that. Ooh, you were friendly? Looks like it.
Are you finished ogling the grotesque? I suppose I should be grateful you didn't
Grotesque, huh?
I am one of the afflicted. I'd have been dead from this plague a year ago if not for Periite's protection.
Periite is the danger of plagues, order, and like 12 other totally unrelated things.
Returning to High Rock, our shepherd lost his way, and I fear Periite.
He looks like a dragon, also for no good reason.
Remain with him. Kesh could tell you more. I just want out of Skyrim as quickly as possible.
Now that I've talked to him, I get that quest marker and I'll stop randomly encountering them on the roads, so that's why I did that. It's one of the few Daedric quests that are ever worth doing, although not in a mage character. It gives you either the best or the second best shield in the game, depending on who you ask. I would say the second best, but it depends on your build. Ah, a wolf and something else. Well, something stuck over there. Fine. Just deal with this wolf. Don't be making too much... Ah, dodge, huh? Well, I can dodge too. Is the other one coming over here too, or is it going after the... I don't want to make too much noise going in here. I'm coming here at night for a reason. That reason that Hjalti expects there's going to be an ambush of some sort. Because who would lure him out here to this inn under false pretenses just to have any kind of innocent purpose whatsoever? Going at night gives him an advantage, because with his superior magical senses, he'll be able to detect how many people are in there before they know he's even present. Especially coming in the dark fast before anybody can really get ready for him. So, that's his notion here. Just run right into the inn. Well, as Izuroko Yamamoto probably never said, it's time to awaken a sleeping giant and fill it with a terrible resolve.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. I think I got a
3.
mug around
One over there, but he seems to be asleep, not lurking.
I'm the innkeeper. It's my business to keep track of strangers.
There is clearly no attic room.
Well, we don't have an attic room, but you can have the one on the left. Make yourself at home.
Alright. Gonna dart in there. And summon an astronaut to kiss himself. I've woken up the drunk guy in the other room, apparently, somehow.
So you're the Dragonborn I've been hearing so much about. I think you're looking for this.
So there's the horn of Jurgen Windcaller.
Wanted to talk.
Disappointingly, it's a totally ordinary item with no real effect to it. I wish it was some kind of magical thing that had some kind of unique, minor effect. A lot of memorable items in the series have been just miscellaneous things. Well, so far no ambush, but she's luring me somewhere for some reason. After not get in here.
Close the door.
And that is the only precaution she takes. She does not care if you open it up again immediately. She doesn't care if you close this door, and doesn't care if you have a giant fire demon walking in here. If that door is closed at one point, she's certain that her secret lair down here is safe. But I'm not certain it's safe, so let me maybe give it an aura whisper in case there's anything else lurking. No? Just us. Nobody there, or anything there. I think I'll block her access to these weapons. She's a Breton, but I'm not too worried about her casting spells at
the
me.
Dragonborn. I hope they're right.
I really don't know why there would be any
I hope
doubt
so.
about that.
But
Like,
you'll forgive me
the
if I
Greybeards
don't
are
assume that
idiots,
something's true
yes.
just because the
But this
Greybeards-
is their area of expertise.
I just handed you the horn of Jurgen Windcaller. Does that make me Dragonborn?
That line doesn't even make sense. There's no connection there. Let's find out what her
I
angle
didn't
is,
go to
though.
all this trouble on a whim. I needed to make sure it wasn't a Thalmor trap.
I don't really grasp how
I
this
am
proves it
not
wasn't the
your
Thalmor
enemy.
trap, and she apparently doesn't
I
think it does
already
either,
gave
because
you
she
the
still
horn.
continues to
I'm
suspect
actually
something.
trying to
So,
help you. I just need you to hear me out. Like I said in my note, I've heard that you might be Dragonborn. I'm part of a group that's been looking for you. Well, someone like you.
no,
for
she must
very
be a
long
blade
time.
then. The blades, of course,
If you
always
really
serve the
are
Dragonborn, as
Dragonborn,
everybody
that
should
is.
know.
Before I
And
tell
of
you
course,
any
they're also
more,
enemies of the Thalmor.
I need to make sure I can trust you.
Let's go to the dangerous bit
Yes.
first.
We're
Make sure they aren't
very
about to kick
old
in the door.
enemies. And if my suspicions are correct, they might have something to do with the dragons
Whoa, what?
returning. But that isn't important right now.
What could
is
possibly
important
be
is that you
more
might
important?
Dragonborn.
Doesn't make any sense. Now that you're doubting that I'm the Dragonborn.
We remember what most don't. That the Dragonborn.
People have
is the
seen me
ultimate
shouting,
warrior.
she's seen me shouting, people
You're
have seen me
the
absorb
only
dragon
one that can
souls,
kill
the
a
Greybeards
dragon
of course have called me
permanently
to.
by
There's
devouring
really
its
no way it
soul.
could be doubted.
Can you do it? Can you devour a dragon's soul?
Yes, and there were
And
witnesses.
you'll have a chance to prove it to me soon enough.
Plus, this whole thread here, which she doesn't believe you're the Dragonborn, is totally unnecessary.
Dragons aren't just coming back. They're coming back to life.
Because this part
They weren't gone somewhere.
should hook you into this quest. You don't need to prove anything
Dead.
to her. You should just be
Killed
trying to
off
find out why in the world they're
centuries
coming
ago by
back to life,
predecessors.
finding out what she knows.
Now
That'd be a
something's
much more
happening to
intelligent
bring them
motive
back
and a
to
much better
life,
way to string the
and
story
I need
along.
you to help me stop it. I know they are. I visited their ancient burial mounds and found them empty.
Hjalti
And I
immediately
figured
makes
out where the
connections to those
next one
mysterious
would come
mounds
to
he
life.
found empty.
We're going to go there, and you're going to kill that dragon. If we succeed, I'll tell you anything you want to know.
She probably knows a lot of interesting things. Well, he of course knows she must have figured this out from...
Kynes Grove. There's an
the
ancient
dragon
dragon
stone that
burial
you got
near
here, because that was
there.
clearly a map.
If we can get there before it happens, maybe we'll learn how to stop it. I need to get into my traveling gear. Give me a minute and I'll be ready.
Certainly, those clothes don't look terribly practical. Although we'll still keep an eye on her. That's a classic excuse for drawing a
That's
weapon.
better. Let's get on the road to Kynes Grove.
Oh wow. She's just going out there dressed like a blade, huh? With a blade sword, the kind of katanas that nobody but the blades use. Okay, so much for being inconspicuous.
Well, I think I'll help myself to her other sword there. Besides being valuable, it's also quite a strong one. If you're playing a warrior character and you don't already have a scimitar, an elven sword, or a skyforged steel sword, then... well, what are you doing, first of all? But yeah, this is a good sword for you to take. They're all equivalent.
You really should get the scimitar or the elven sword first, though. They're available much earlier, and they're just as good. Well, as you can see, she likes me now, so everything in here is mine to take. Not that I really need the money, but... I'm going to maybe sell this alcohol next door at the store there. Let's see what Orgnar knows.
We
Get
got
some dirt on
rooms
her,
and food,
perhaps.
drink too. I cook. Ain't much else to tell. That's her business, not mine. Probably not yours either.
Oh, typical lovable Nord.
Until next time.
Loyal, totally incurious. They make perfect henchmen. Another Eider cheese wheel. This town right here is the capital of Eider cheese wheels in Skyrim, except for Solitude, with this one warehouse belonging to the East Empire company there. But that's only accessible during the Thieves Guild quest, or at least you only find out about during the Thieves Guild quest, so I have no reason to go there yet. There's the other wheel. Perfect. So outside I
Kynes Grove
go.
is this way. We can travel together or split up and meet there.
Well, I'm not traveling with somebody who's so clearly a blade on the run from the Falmouth. That sounds like a dangerous way to go about things. Plus, it's raining and I did not feel like walking in the rain. So I'm going to take a nap here. Hopefully the rain will stop. I'll certainly be better rested for a long journey ahead. First is something to eat, I think. Let's see what I've got. Well, I don't want to drink any of that.
Maybe some Nord mead, a meat pie. I just made one of those for the first time, actually. Can't say I'll ever be making them again. Mara made a delicious flaky pie crust, and the filling was solid too, but the combination of the two of them was just very off-putting to me.
You're kind of fuzzy. What's wrong with you?
Still raining, at least it's not thundering. Well, head over to Belethor's shop next. His shop is the other reason this town is great for finding Eider cheese wheels, because he had... not Belethor. Lucan Valerius, the other Whiterun area
so much
trader.
to us to have the claw back where it belongs.
3 respawning Eider cheese wheels that you're free to take because he likes you because you get the golden claw back for him. Tremendous resource.
Thank you. Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
Anything good? No? Wonderful! I'm high enough level to qualify for these now. I will pick those up. No? Okay, nothing else terribly useful. But let me maybe sell off some of these things here. Ordinarily, of course, I'd sell this to Smiths, but I'm not like I actually have like a full inventory here, so I may as well just offload it now. Anything else I can sell? Salt pile, taproot, ice wraith teeth. This scroll, probably. I won't just be stripping in front of him here, so I'll keep those on me for now. Ah, this is useless. Some of those potions I got from Delphine. Let's see. Useless. And not good for my character type. Useless. Alright, that's pretty good.
All right, then.
Shoe.
You
I
and
said
me,
shoe!
We're the only people around who aren't complete fools.
Alright.
You're not from around.
How did Moon Sugar stop being the limiting reagent here? Alright, well I have a great supply of that now. I think it's about 10 units or so. So plenty for the foreseeable future. Darn it, the rain won't stop. I'll keep harvesting Moon Sugar whenever I can and so forth. Keep gathering Eider cheese in case I do run out at some point. But for now I'm sitting pretty on that stockpile. Do a little bit more alteration here. There should be wolves along here again, probably nothing more dangerous than that. Probably. Somewhere not too far up here. There they are, right on the path. Well, maybe right by the path. Lurking right over the path. Okay. Well, Hjalti wants to practice his illusion spells here, and I want him to practice them too. We can fight each other. Or not. Alright, fine. Looks like I'm going to have to fight them myself. But I have no mana for that, so maybe I'll run by. Maybe they'll go for each other now. Are they? It worked. Great. Didn't really feel like fighting them. Off I go. Back up to the Guardian Stones, where if I wanted to I could change out my wonderful Atronach Stone for a terrible blessing instead. It is a disappointment how there are... Oh, you actually let me put my better robes now they're not here. Substantially more magic regeneration, and of course a little bit more destruction cost reduction too. It is a disappointment to me how few good standing stones there are in this game. There's really just the Atronach and the Lord. Everything else is either bad or an outright trap. The Lover's Stone is a trap. People often recommend it, but it's a terrible idea. It gives you plus 15% experience rate to all your skills, but doesn't stack with sleeping. So you're basically not really getting much at all there, because sleeping is already 10% or 15% if you're married. So, nothing at all if you're married. And if you wanted to train, you'd be better off taking one of those Guardian Stones anyway, because they give a bigger bonus, and you don't want to be training all your skills anyway. That's terrible for all character types. You only want to level up a few key skills that actually matter to you, so you don't get over-leveled and fight tougher enemies than you're ready for. So, that stone is a bad, bad idea. A lot of them give some kind of like once per day worthless power. Like Serpent Stone lets you just do like some damage over time. I think maybe a paralysis. Pretty bad. As good as paralysis is. Like a hunter or... Yeah, let's see a hunter with a dog. Okay, back up toward Helgen then. Which, as I said before, is now a bandit fort. A lot of people like to talk about the Steed Stone and think that's a good idea, but it's a terrible idea. For many reasons. It has kind of two parts to its effect. Number one, plus 100 carrying capacity. That admittedly is hard to replicate, but it's really not that necessary. You see, I never really run out of carrying capacity. You have plenty of it. And you can just get some carrying capacity gear that's cheap instead for walking into dungeons if you need to. The other thing it does is it makes you not be slowed down by armor. He does not like the look of this, so he's going to muffle his approach, going cautiously. Now, making it so you're not slowed down by armor sounds good, but it's really not. See, the problem is that heavy armor is awful. You should never, ever use heavy armor. I'll talk about why that is when I'm doing a warrior run in the future, but just don't do it. A lot of people go with the Steed Stone and then use heavy armor just to try to mitigate some of the bad effects of it, but they're missing the bigger point there. And furthermore, they're giving up their single biggest character power-up, their Standing Stone, just to mitigate the bad effects of one of their bad choices. So it's a truly catastrophic decision that will cripple your character. If you're playing on easy mode or something like that, or adept mode, you'll probably still be fine, but if you're doing a serious run where you're trying to be optimal, very, very bad idea. The Lord and the Atronach, though, are serious choices, and which one is best really depends a lot on your character type and your stage in the game. Many characters want to switch to the Lord eventually when their magic resistance gets high, but a Breton in particular may want to stay with the Atronach forever, just to get their 100% magic spell absorption, as you've seen me do before. Well, I'm actually going to save momentarily, because 3 times while trying to record this video, Skyrim has crashed right about here. So I'm going to save that. Alright, sure enough, it crashed again, so clearly I cannot get to this next destination walking. I will instead just fast travel to the next spot along the road, and we'll see if that works. Usually, once I came inside of this place, that it crashed, so we'll see. If that doesn't work, we'll need to teleport a little further along with fast travel. Nope, it worked. Alright, we're good to proceed from here, I think. I'll be on my toes for another crash, I guess. There really wasn't much in that stretch anyway. Just, a random hunter, pretty much. Nothing else. We've seen that stretch of road anyway. So, we need to be cautious going up to Ivarstead here, because this area is just carpeted with bears at this point. With an occasional cave bear thrown in for variety. Oh, a hostile over there. Looks like a random Argonian adventurer, huh? Alright. Casting a spell on me. I like that. I like that very much. Fighting with a shield and spells. That is a poor approach to combat. Thalmor guy. You're next. That was pretty easy.
You really should be more careful with the spells you cast.
Really? Should I now?
Maybe you should be more careful with the strangers you talk to on the road.
Where's that ring? Okay.
You really should be more careful with the spells you cast.
Well, I didn't even talk about that.
It's immoral to worship a man, and it's also illegal. A faithful
Oh, they're
priest
extorting prison should be
will
tortured.
know that. Perhaps there's something you wish to... You're
Oh,
dead.
attacking me already, huh? Fine. Alright, their prisoner will somehow mysteriously get free and then start helping, so I guess that's good. He doesn't really contribute much, but doing fine as it is. I want to see if I can get some refueling from that Thalmor. Take him down one at a time. Nice. If you free him and save him, it doesn't really help at all. Oh, they actually killed him. Huh. More mana, please. Thank you. This is the... Atronach. Need you to tank here. But now he's not even helping, huh? Atronach! No, that's not my best. Alright. Well. She can probably heal herself, but I better switch to Sparks here soon and hope she gets... No, she's... There we go. Getting distracted. Good. Alright, so I'll drain her down. There we go. Well, that was rougher than the last Thalmor fight, despite having the prisoner here to help. There's that Argonian. Well, that Argonian was loaded. What was he doing acting like a bandit? Great. Well, always a good day when you can kill some Thalmor. Let me switch to my kind shout here, as I'm expecting bearers at any time. Well, got a lot on the agenda. There's going to be some walking, strolling, ambling, hiking, trotting, tramping, trudging, meandering, wandering... Oh, fighting wolves. A few other things slipped my mind, but we mustn't, forget perambulating. There's that alchemist shack. Getting close. So, up to Hrothgar to talk to the Greybeards again. Get the long-awaited final word of my Fus Roda shout, which will make it much more powerful. Ro is not really an improvement, but Da is huge. Completely changes its effect, really. And its function. It becomes like a completely lethal attack in its own right in the right circumstances, instead of just being a support to your other shenanigans. Can't even tell what kind of animal that is. Okay. But there's something hostile over there. Frostbite spider by the sound of it. Yes. Well, maybe I will just muffle and see if I can lose it. Because Charlotte is not interested in fighting another spider. That cave may well have bears. What are these hostiles? Wolves? Not so bad so far. Usually I'd have run across 3 bears by now. This is bearable. Not gonna trip on the home stretch here after all I've been through with all these crashes. Alright. In I go. Back to Ivarstead once again. Last time I was here I was ambushed by some cultists, but things look quiet enough now.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something. In the old fort near Riften. Might consider joining up myself.
Yeah, certainly I should find out more about where these vampires are coming from.
Welcome to the
Seems like low priority compared to some things, but I may as well at least see if they know anything.
Just let me know.
Is
Keep an eye out
that...
for wolves if you're headed up
Yes.
the path to High Hrothgar.
Will he sell it?
May the gods watch over your battles, friend.
You want a drink?
Uh,
A
If you
pleasant
pass,
I
journey,
want
my
this
lord.
cheese wheel.
Stop by for a drink. Now that our drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry.
Anything good here? Some ale, I haven't short on that, which I need to... Nothing else really of note. Yeah, okay, that'll do.
If you're headed up
Let me
to the
check these
monastery,
tables. If he had one, he might have
watch
more.
your step. It's a long...
Nice!
I think you should continue with your performances.
What's the point?
My knowledge of this game is fairly encyclopedic, but I don't have a memorized list of which inns have either cheese wheels and which don't.
You play beautifully. It would be a
Why are my
shame.
boots... Robes of Destruction. I thought I was wearing my regular old boots. Why are they glowing? Strange. Well, I have lunch here. An apple pie sounds good, some baked potatoes. I need lots of energy going up that place.
All right, Wilhelm. I suppose it's the least I can do for you.
Is that how his name is spelled?
You heading up to High Hrothgar
No.
soon, Klimek?
I wish I didn't have to. It's quite a difficult climb.
Take your time then. It isn't as though the Greybeards are going to complain.
Never heard this before.
I know, but I don't want to let them down. I guess I better start thinking about it soon.
No idea how he makes it up there alive with how dangerous you're about to see it be. So, I should, while I'm here, talk to Fastred and advance that quest.
If you ever settle down to have children, think twice before you do it.
Are you the one sent by Mara?
Wow, that's weird that you would know that.
I prayed to Mara and she spoke to me in a dream. She said a stranger...
Kind of contradicts how the
told me.
gods are not really supposed to be
Is
directly
that
talking
you?
to people much in this series, but whatever.
My parents are being impossible. Bassianus wants to marry me. And I think I love him. But he wants to move to Riften afterwards. And my father won't allow it. He only cares about this stupid town. But Bassianus makes me happier than anyone ever has. My mother's not any help either. I don't want to choose. They're both so amazing.
Marry them both. It'll save me time.
You must be another pilgrim on the way up to High Hrothgar. No other reason to pass through here. Oh my. Probably something about the men. We all wish we had her problems. I don't tell my husband. But I don't have any problem with Bassianus.
I do.
Even if it means her leaving Ivarstead. I
He's
want
a
Fastred
jerk,
to be happy.
and he has no way to
If they
prepare to
just
live in
snuck out of
Riften,
town together,
and Riften's
I
a
could
horrible,
manage my
horrible
husband.
town. Klimek is awful too, though.
Bassianus is still so terrified of Hrothgar. If he knew
Klimek
that
will
I
keep
couldn't
right on
handle
flirting
the
with
poor
that
boy
bard at
down,
the inn,
he'd take
so-
Fastred to Riften without a second thought. Let him know that I'll watch out for them. I just want my daughter to be happy. Sure, leave. Everyone else does.
My daughter, I'm sure I know what this is about. She thinks she's in love with Bassianus and wants to leave town. With him. Let me tell you how I see it. Until a few months ago, the girl was head over heels for Klimek. Wouldn't stop talking about him. Now, if I thought she was really in love with Bassianus, that would be one thing. But she's a child. It will pass.
That is
Get out of town as
entirely
fast as you can.
sensible. Well, I'll go take my measure of two of them myself and see what I think.
You've been a good friend to me. That means something.
He seems sensible, and he's committed to helping the Greybeards and whatnot. Yeah, I'll go talk to Bastian and see what he's like.
Welcome to the Villamere Inn. If there's anything I can get you, just let me
Is it
know.
absolutely necessary for you to bother me right now?
No, it's not. Alright, you had your chance. Well, that settles that pretty quickly. Now, where'd Klimek go? Wow. At the end of these glowing blue figures. Now let's see. Hrothgar, guard, fast tread standing about.
Never settle down to have children. Twice before you do it.
Do you guys have a vampire attack here for some reason? There he is.
Thanks again for delivering those supplies to the
Oh,
Greybeards.
I guess I need to continue talking to the father for
Thanks
a moment.
again for the labor.
Yes, he seems like a reasonable man.
My daughter's driving me crazy. So forgive. I'm sure she thinks. Let me tell you. Until a few. Now, if I.
Back through this again.
Look around. Used to be a good-sized town. If all the young people leave, what happens? You know how. And like always, the boy lacks any kind of spine. He'll need some convincing. A little push, and this would all be simpler.
Yeah, they talk as though Klimek is a boy, but he's like a 40-year-old man. Whatever.
7,000 steps indeed. Next time they need to build it closer to the ground. Oh, Fastred. I'm not sure what happened. One moment she's smiling at me, the next I can't even meet her eyes. I'll bet Bassianus would know what's going on. He understands women.
Huh.
What did you call me? Wait, you mean I should just tell her? Tell her how I feel? Ysmir's beard, you're right. No fish was ever caught by staying away from the shore. I'm off to see her.
Alright, so now we need to kind of watch that happen to advance the quest. But it's well worth it in the end. The quest does kind of send you around to a few tedious locations, but the reward is incredible.
We can't tell her what to do.
She's our only child, Walter. Am I to throw her to the
I have
wolves?
something to say to you.
You're hardly throwing her to the wolves. She just wants to see the world,
I don't
just
want
like
you
I
to
did when
leave
I was her
Ivarstead.
age.
And if she decides to leave Ivarstead, what
Because
then?
I would miss
No.
you.
But I thought you only cared about your fishing.
What good are fish if you have to eat them alone?
Oh, Klimek.
Nords.
It's a fine day with you around.
Alright, off I go. Now, I don't see the bear over there. Oh, there it is, okay. We'd be watching out for that. I need to make sure at all times I have kindness piece ready, and then never, ever stop scouting. Something hostile up there. What is that a frostbite spider? Looks like one. If it's a small one, I can take it. It's a small one. What? Or medium size at most. Alright, Atronach. It's you and me, buddy. And now it's you. That deer is... It has questionable instincts. Hopefully they'll be bred out in the next generation. Alright, one threat down. Got 15 more to go. Anything up there in that path? This terrain is so dangerous. Because you cannot see up it unless you have that spell handy. A saber cat can just go up down to that cliff and ambush you so easily. And you can't really dodge well either, because you'll fall off, or run into the wall and be stuck. Or get caught in these random stones, and yeah. Just a terrible, terrible place to be fighting animals, which require a lot of running back. Because they're so powerful in melee and so weak out of it. Moving? Yes. Hostiles dead ahead. 2 wolves, but are the ice wolves? No. Goats. Huh. I'm not going to bother praying to the emblems again. I don't really need the voice of the sky thing. Handy though it is here. Stuck. Anything? Something. Looks like another frostbite spider. I'm high level, so I expect to fight more dangerous things any second now. No! Oh gosh. No, 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 no! So a regular saber cat would probably kill me in one shot. Oh no, something else up there? What is it? An ice wolf. Alright, alright, alright. That was close. Things are gonna be rough. It's right behind me. I need to just keep sprinting, dodge over that. Hopefully that'll slow down for a second or two. Anything else ahead of me? Goats? Alright, alright. Summon again. Just in time. Make sure it doesn't change targets, and the after that keeps fighting effectively. I'm now ready with, kind of course, if it does change and go for me. Phew. Hate those things. Alright, let me advance with caution. Something up there. It looks like an ice wraith. From the way it's moving. Need to get closer to see. Ice wraiths deal spectacular melee damage. Like, even if you have like a Nord's frost resistance and all kinds of other resistance, you'll still be chewed up by them very badly, very fast. They also slow you down pretty badly. And they can be darn hard to hit too, because their hitboxes not really correspond well to what they look like. So, kind of a nuisance. With magic, they're much easier, because you just kind of hit the general area and you'll get them. But, with like archery, your arrows can seem to go right through them sometimes. They also just kind of dodge around and wobble in the air. Quite annoying. Alright. What's my next challenge? It's the troll? Skipping everything else? Okay. The troll is not much of a threat. Located up here at this dramatic location, and sure, if you want to actually fight it, yeah, it's big and tough, but it won't, like, rip you in half the way a snowy saber cat will. Alright, fine. Just need to make sure it doesn't drop on me. It often falls off that cliff. Like that. Okay. He's going to turn around any second now. Alright, away I go! Oh, I seem to be running very slowly. Alright, now away I go. Hi, Hrothgar should be right ahead, but I should keep checking just in case of any other threats that have popped up in the interim. No? So far so good? Alright. This is kind of a long, dull trek up here, so the next time a quest sends me up to High Hrothgar, I may just skip most of that. Just fast travel up there from the Ivarstead of the base or something like that. There's only a few times I can just walk past animals with shouts and have it be interesting. Almost there now. Look, they don't have to make too many more trips here. This one's one of the duller ones, too. It has great, significance for your character, and it gives you a great power-up, but storyline-wise, nothing really happens. Still nothing? Very beautiful. Alright, up we go. Good old Ivarstead. Don't know why they don't have a shrine to him here. That would be kind of convenient, and make very good sense. They should at the very least have like a shrine to Kinnereth. I'll probably call her kind, because that's the god so they worship above all else, but whatever. Up I go. Where are they? Arngeir? Arngeir. There you are.
Ah, you've retrieved the horn of Jörgen Winkel. Well done. You have now passed all the trials. Come with me. It is time for us to recognize you formally as Dragonborn.
Some more slow walking. The story is full of that. I do like, the look of High Hrothgar. It's an interesting kind of place, but there's not really that much going on here. I realize, of course, why they made the other Greybeards impossible to speak to, although they've ruined so much other lore about shouting this game that I don't really know why they kept that one aspect of it. But it makes things duller, too. That there's nobody else to talk to other than Arngir, and he's fairly uninteresting. The Greybeards are some, cool, mysterious figures in, Elder Scrolls lore. It would have been great to learn more about them and have them have more significance.
Word of unrelenting force. Da, which means push. Da. With all three words together, this shout is much more powerful. Use it wisely.
He's not kidding.
Hrothgar will now gift you with his knowledge of Da.
Oh, now I'm locked in here for this little pointless cinematic. Like most cinematics in this game, it's dull and not terribly well executed.
Prepare yourself. Few can withstand the unbridled voice of the Greybeard.
In lore, just hearing these guys talk, destroys people sometimes. They'll translate all this afterward. Their voices sound weird, and I don't like that it kind of stops shaking. It kind of should have continuously shaken during their entire speech. You reckon that's, of course, the word for Khan, not Kain, and Shore, aka Lorcan.
Dovahkiin, you have tasted the voice of the Greybeards and passed through unscathed. High Hrothgar is open.
So I can finally sleep here, which is great, because I don't want to go down the mountain in the dark again.
We spoke the traditional words of greeting to a dragonborn who has accepted our guidance.
I'm only aware of it happening, once. Yeah, this one time.
When he came to High Hrothgar, before he became the Emperor Tiber Septim.
Yes, that does keep occurring to Hjalti.
Ah, I sometimes forget you are not versed in the dragon tongue as we are. This is a rough translation. Long has the storm crown languished, with no worthy.
As far as I'm aware, the storm cloud refers to this magical cloud that followed Tiber Septim around. It might have been the spirit of Ysmir, but I don't know what else it could possibly mean.
And in the name of Atmora of old, you are Ysmir now, the dragon of the north. Hearken to it. No doubt, the appearance of a dragonborn of this time is not an accident.
You still won't tell me anything useful.
Surely bound up with the return of the dragons. You should focus on honing your voice, and soon your path will be made clear.
So let me go with this option.
You have learned so
and then he contradicts himself and suggests that I shouldn't hone it.
Growing your gift too quickly would be dangerous. But there are many words of power in Skyrim, carved in the dragon tongue. Even from here, we can feel the Thu'um resonate from them.
I don't really get how that could happen, because it's all about your voice. Why would writing work? But whatever.
Experience. Ask when you are ready to search.
So this is a random quest location. I'll see if they give me any more useful things on my path. Otherwise, I'll never do this.
Its echo can be found.
Hag's End.
I think that's a place you go during the late Dark Brotherhood at some point. Maybe Slow Time is there? Not that useful if so.
Hjalti's not that tired, but he's not going to go down this mountain in the dark. And he's also kind of overwhelmed with everything that has happened. I mean, all his life people have been swearing by Ysmir, and he is Ysmir now.
Which reminds me, a lot of Nords talk about Ysmir's beard. I can see why. Styling.
These guys really eat well, considering that Klimek doesn't, say that he brings them very much. Oops. Let's do that. don't think they have any Eider cheese around here, so that's unfortunate. A few useful odds and ends. Useful. Valuable. These songs of the return are interesting little Nord literature. We may pick some of them up and read them later. They could have been better written, but good stuff, I guess. This looks like a terribly uncomfortable bed. Well, first... dinner here, I guess. Not that it's terribly hungry. Can certainly use a lot of mead after all that. And then get some rest. Till it's light again. Should set him up to be able to walk all the way toward Riften tomorrow, where I have a whole lot of things to do. It'll be a busy, busy day, and the order will matter quite a lot. It's going to be a busy several episodes after this one. Lots of hustling around. Valuable. Other songs of the return, I think, are found here. Oh. Whoever, because they may take those and read them later. I don't know why the Raiders would care at all about that, but...
Or why they'd care about such trivial matters as random monsters like Wisp Mothers. Whatever.
Well, how'd I go? Back down the mountain. I could use my new Fime shout that I got a few days ago and just jump off the cliff there and be totally unharmed on the way to the bottom. Let me put my Talos amulet. Sprint along for a little while. Now, where is that troll? Probably back at his lair, but you never know, so keep an eye out. Around here so far. Blowing snow and ice. Doesn't obscure your visibility as much as it probably should, but I guess it keeps it from being too annoying. I just think this is like a scenic and cool climb to make once or twice. But I will probably not do it again after this. It's just so much walking up pointless stairs. There it is. Notices me. Falls like a clumsy oaf. Moves in slowly. Astronaut, just in case. My first way to kill a troll. Ah, look at him fall. He may fall too far for me to... Yep. Should be dead. So, falling damage in this game is very peculiar, as you'll surely see later on when I use that method more often. Kelty is reveling in his new powers and his ability to kill obnoxious creatures. Totally what the voice was meant for. Anything in here in this troll's den? No? Disappointing. So falling down is basically, once they are hit by that shower or anything else that makes them fall, it just kind of waits until they become motionless. And at that point it compares their initial height to their ending height and just makes them take damage based on that. So you can have all kinds of weird situations where like somebody flies like 100 feet up into the air and then lands back where they started and takes no damage because they went from the starting height of like 0 to starting height of 0, so clearly they didn't fall anywhere, right? Which makes no sense. Or in situations where like, a person should be dead as they're tumbling and tumbling and tumbling and tumbling, but they take no damage until they actually hit somewhere. and stop. You know, I mean, they've impacted several times but kept rolling along the way. They should be dead, but they just take no damage at all until they eventually stop. So, all kinds of peculiar situations are pretty common with that shout, and other cases of falling. But yeah, that is probably one of the best shouts in the game, just for the purpose of killing people anywhere at the time they're near cliffs. You do deprive yourself of treasure, of course, but when you're dealing with, like, trolls that only drop, like, 1 unit of troll fat that has, like, a worth of 15 and less when you actually try to sell it, like, well worth it to deal with them so quickly. Amusingly, there's a few late-game mini-bosses that you can be killed that way, too. Just, they put them right on the edge of cliffs, so you can just shout them down. Or if that's what they meant when they said that the people could not shout down Jurgen Windcaller. Were they trying to literally shout him off cliffs? That'd be funny. Let's see. Is there a saber cat up there? I know I left it around here somewhere, but where? Is that it? That's it. Can I shout at it? No, it's in a bad spot for me to do that. I'm going to creep on over here instead, I think. Keeping an eye out. And now I'll use my other shout.
Fire!
Whee! Totally unharmed. Again, amazing utility shout. Make sure you don't fall too far and have it wear off while you're still in midair. That's an embarrassing death. But other than that, great for that purpose, and also for emergency escapes from enemies. Oh, is it going to rain again? Drat. Well, just about finished in Ivarstead. So, I think I will head back to the inn for breakfast, and call it good for now. Next time I'll go to Riften and take care of 4 or 5 different quests. Some of them of great significance.
Welcome to the Villamere Inn. If there's anything I can get you, just let me know.
Alright, that's where we'll wrap things up.
Mind taking care of
Have a great day, everyone.
No problem.